And now I'd like to call our DG, IFPRI, Dr. Shenggen Fan, to give us some closing remarks. Please welcome Shenggen.
Well, thank you very much. I think the panelists have said a lot about Mark. Just let me add a couple of my interaction with Mark. Actually, I joined IFPRI in 1995. Well, that's 20-something years ago, right? 23 years ago. So before that, I already knew Mark's work. That time, I read lots of literature from IFPRI. One is from Mark Rosegrant on the supply side. The other one is from Howdy Boys from the supply from demand side. You have both demand and supply side. So I joined IFPRI in 1995, and I actually was at the same division as Mark, right? EPTD that time. It's still called EPTD, I think. So Mark was one of the most productive, probably most cited researchers in our profession, and obviously at IFPRI, right? And I will always try to catch up with him, but today I'm still working very hard to do that. So then when he was promoted, actually was selected through an open competition to become an EPTD division director, I thought, wow, Mark was a great researcher. Now he's become a manager. As you know, when a great researcher becomes a manager, that person usually is a mediocre manager. And now we also lose a great researcher, right? So it's a lose-lose proposition. But when we look back, actually it's a win-win decision. It seems to me. He continued to do great research, even after he was selected as division director. How many years, Mark? 17 or? Yeah. No, it was from 1990. Which year you were selected?
2003.
Yeah, 2003. That's right. So 14 years. So he continued to do great research, great publisher. I think some of the most downloaded publications from you actually when you were the division director. And obviously, he's a great manager. So EPTD has grown. When I joined EPTD, we had a budget of, $5 million, maybe $6 million. Today, it's around $20 million, right? Until 2 years ago, EPTD was the largest divisions. And the work has also become more complex and more integrated through the traditional production technology to environment, water and land, biodiversity, eco-service system, and to climate change. So it has become more sort of a integrated, complex, growing complexity. So great researcher and a great manager. Now, I also wanted to mention Mark's great contribution to SMT. Mark has said that we have a very decentralized structure at IFPRI. We also have a connective management team. So we work together, the division directors, as senior managers, together, we develop IFPRI's direction. We lead IFPRI together. So we have some sort of democratic system to make sure that every SMT member do contribute to IFPRI's vision, strategy, and its direction. So Mark's contribution is very critical, by bringing the research perspective, the management perspective, and the development perspective. So Mark, I really thank you for doing that. Mark is not leaving us, as you know. And we have appointed him as interim chair of the PRC. Well, PRC is not People's Republic of China, by the way. That's too big for him. So it's a peer review committee. That really ensures IFPRI's quality, research quality. So peer review all IFPRI publications, books, monographs. And I experienced Mark before. So Mark actually was a PRC chair, I don't know how many years ago, for a couple of years. And some of my IFPRI research reports, maybe 3 of them, were under Mark's leadership. And so that's one of the reasons we wanted to bring him back to be the chair, to make sure that he can continue to guide that process to ensure the quality, but in the meantime, do it more effectively, efficiently. So Mark, I thank you for doing that. Now, obviously, today's discussion, I think, left a huge research agenda for IFPRI. One is a food system approach, I think Emma mentioned. We actually use food system approach in our new strategy. So from production side, consumption is basically nutrition-driven, production side, it's not just the productivity. Yes, yield is still very important, but it's not just the rice, wheat, maize yields. It's the yields of vegetables, fruits, livestock, all these more nutritious foods. So it's not just the yield, it's the nutrition, it's the environmental sustainability, it's climate resilience. So when we develop technologies, when we try to push the high yields, don't forget today's objectives are very different. Objective has to be multiple. So enhancing yield, increasing smallholders' income, environmental sustainability, nutrition, health. Obviously, the structure shift, structure change, I mean, as many have you discussed, will be very important part of our research agenda. So Mark will continue to do all these issues we have discussed here. You're not leaving us. So let's give Mark a round of applause to really celebrate his career. Okay, with that, thank you very much.